Hey everyone, this is Yancha Pets and welcome back to another video. This video is about introducing you to all of my pets and I hope you enjoy the video. So I'm going to start with my Herman tortoise, Alfie. So Alfie is my first ever reptile and I got him back in 2007 or 2008. It was a Christmas present from my mum and my dad and I was really happy to have him because I never had a pet like him before. So that's Alfie, and now we're gonna move on to the next pet. Next is my Horsfield tortoise, Winston. Winston was my second pet and my second ever tortoise. He is bigger than Alfie because he is a Horsfield, so they're different breeds. I really wanted to get like another tortoise because I loved Alfie that much. I asked my mum if I could have another tortoise and she said yes. So the next day we got Winston and that were about a year or two later. I'm pretty sure I got Winston in 2009 or 2010. When we first got Winston, he had an eye infection, and the weird thing is I asked my mum if I could get because I saw him about 2 days before we actually got him. I said to my mum, can I get the one with the poorly eye? And she said no, but we ended up getting him and I was really happy because I really didn't like seeing an animal with a poorly eye. And as you can see, it's all better because it was like 8 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago. Also, Alfie and Winston, when we first got them, they both lived together, but after 2 years of them living together they started fighting, so we had to separate them in different vivariums. So that's Winston. So now on to my next pet. So for my next pet I'll do a voiceover for because he is sleeping right now and I really don't want to disturb him, and right now he's in rumination and that is normal for bearded dragons. So yeah, that's just a disclaimer because it's gonna be pictures instead of videos, or pictures and videos, I don't know because I've not gone to the editing yet. But yeah, I'm also not sure if I'll do it for the rest of my pets. I think I will though, because I think it'll be easier. But yeah. So next is my pet Spike. Spike is a bearded dragon and I got him last year on the 27th of August 2017. Spike was like an early birthday present for me because my mum asked me if I wanted to get a bearded dragon and I was like, yes I do, because I love bearded dragons and I've seen a lot of people have them and it really inspired me to have one. So yeah. So when we first got Spike, we noticed that he had some toes missing because when he was younger his siblings thought that they were mealworms, so they bit him off and I felt really bad for him, so I took him home. This is my next pet. This is Chester. He is a Yorkshire Terrier and he is my first ever dog. I got Chester in 2011 and he was 7 to 8 weeks old. When Chester got to 1 year, we noticed that his legs were not straight and they were bent. We took him to the vets, but they said that it wasn't worth doing surgery to fix them because he is not in pain and they're not as bad as it looks. When Chester was 1.5, he was attacked by another dog, so he's now afraid of most dogs, but some of the dogs out on walks. He really doesn't care about them, and he is a friendly dog when he wants to be. When Chester was 4 years old, he had a knee operation to fix a ligament that has snapped in his back leg. At age 5, he had the same operation but on the other back leg. Over all the traumatic things he had to go through, he's a sweet dog and he is always my little boy. For Chester's information and introduction, so on to the next pet. This is my next pet. Her name is Kyoka. She is a 7-month-old Syrian hamster. I got her in November and she is my first hamster. When I first got Kyoka, she wasn't tamed at all. She was only 3 months old and she was terrified of people. The first time I got her out of the travel cage to go into her own cage, she was that scared, so she bit me, but that was the first and last time she has ever bitten me, because she hasn't bitten me since that time. After a month of having Kyoka, I started taming her because I knew she had the trust in people. So after 3 days of taming, she finally let me pick her up and hold her. She's still a bit timid with certain noises, but she is a tame hamster who likes people. So that was Kyoka. On to the next pet. These are my 2 next pets. The darker one with the 2 patches on the head and the back is Krull, and the lighter one is Rem. They are both Roborosky hamsters. When I started taming Rem and Krull, I noticed that Rem loved to nip, and then after that, Krull caught on to the nipping and started to nip me too. After a week of taming, I noticed that they were stopping the nipping thing. They got a new cage, what I knew what was better, then they completely stopped nipping. So that was all for Krull and Rem. On to the next pet. So this is my last pet. He is a lion head mixed with a Netherland dwarf rabbit. He is named Tokai. We got Tokai at 6 weeks old and he was born on November the 27th of 2017. When Tokai was 2 weeks old, he lost his sibling to something wrong with his growth, but Tokai was healthy and was growing normally. Tokai seems more happier with other pets of mine, especially my Syrian hamster Kyoka. Tokai is one mischievous rabbit. He would chew anything what's in his way where he wants to go, and he is also funny when he wants to be. So that was it for my pets introductions. Some of them had sad information, but I'd rather let you guys know than not saying anything. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!